Hey guys, I'm live right now. I've got a really unstable internet connection where I am at in the jungle, but I just wanted to be with you guys. I haven't really been able to do any sort of lives. So, if you're watching this, I am just getting myself set up right now. Okay? I have cards on the table. They will probably start pulling. Actually, tell you what, I tried to go live on TikTok just because that's kind of my default app these days. Look at me trying to get my shit together. And the internet connection is unstable, but at some point in time, I do have to go in and to the workspace in town. So they've got great internet. If I need to, I can go into town and rent a room for a live, but I think I'll just go ahead and get my reading out because it wants to happen. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Identify yourself if you feel comfortable. Truth be told, you guys, I really needed some sort of like live connection with people. Like I'm missing that right now. I understand that there's some things inside of me that are keeping me a bit timid about connecting to new people in this area, but at the same time, I am loving the space that I'm in right now. I'm loving the energy that's surrounding me. So, you guys, I was over on TikTok, tried to do a live, and it was not going. But what happened was I picked up my Hermetic Tarot. You guys, this deck is really, really, how do I say this? I feel like if you're a reader and you have this deck, you might pull it out and start reading with it and understand the symbolism a lot more than before. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I pulled this out. This is the King of Wands. It is upright. I actually didn't pull it out. It jumped. But what I see in this card, this is just going to be a collective message. What I see in this card is somebody who has integrated the ego. And let me go ahead and talk about what I mean by that. If you guys want to drop a donation, please do not send through YouTube. I'll never get that money. There are some links in the description. But otherwise, this is a collective reading and it's just really ready to get out. This King of Wands, the lion is a symbol for the ego, right? And I do not believe that the ego is a part of ourselves that we need to oppress or suppress or get rid of or cut out or anything like that, okay? In fact, whenever I think of the ego and the way that people talk about ego today, it reminds me of this history lesson that I used to give, okay? Background, you guys know me, history lessons, where I talked about when the Muslim travelers or the people in the Muslim world, okay, started to have contact with doctors from medieval European society, they would write these in these journals like, oh my God, all they want to do is cut something off, right? And that's the message that's going around in the collective right now about our egos. Just cut it off, like excise it, remove it, like as if it's a tumor, right? But the fact of the matter is the ego is here for a purpose. It serves a very real purpose in our experience as humans at this time, okay? We don't want to let it be in control. So what I see here is that this is somebody who has been able to, I guess we could use the word tame or like domesticate their ego. All right. So the lion is the ego. And this King of Wands, you can see he's illuminated. Okay. This person has an open crown chakra. And the thing is, he's not like whipping the lion. He's not hurting the lion. He just understands the lion's a freaking lion and it's going to do lion stuff. Right. So he learns to work with that energy moving forward. Okay. So there's our starting point. We're talking about somebody who has learned how to integrate the ego to the point that it's not, because look, if this man was not in charge of this lion, that lion would just be going all over the place. It would just be going all over the place. And instead, he's able to get where he wants to go, understanding that he can use this lion as a guide. You can use your ego as a guide. First of all, if we didn't have ego, we wouldn't have our concept of time that we have, right? It would just be past, present, and future all laid out, and we wouldn't be able to gain from this experience the lessons that we need to gain from this experience. What lessons is that? The cause and effect of our behaviors, okay? We have a 3 of Pentacles. So we're getting a little story told right here. The King of Wands is working together. This is really beautiful, actually. We got 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords reversed. Whoo! And the High Priestess. Okay, so this could be interpreted one of 2 ways, and I am being drawn towards the second way. Okay? The first way that I wanted to interpret this is that this King of Wands has really been working together with his ego to identify, if you're a high priestess out there, okay, or a priest, high priest, high priestess, if you're a seer, if you are a teacher, if you're a channeler, if you're delivering messages from spirit, there's this path that spirit will bring us on to make sure that when our messages are delivered, they're how do I say, very gently passing through the filter of our ego. Because I'm going to admit, there's been times on my path where I get here and I know I've got a message to deliver, but it comes through my ego, right? It comes through my ego. So when we learn to integrate that ego within ourselves, then that's a good thing. Because we got a 5 of Swords reversed here. And the 5 of Swords reversed is, well, upright, it's self-sabotaging behaviors, right? Lord of defeat. So this is really beautiful. The second meaning that I'm getting from this, you guys, is that this is somebody getting their shit together in order to approach a high priestess. This is a King of Wands. This is somebody who has put down their ego and they're asking for guidance. That's what this 3 of Pentacles is about. It might just be inner guidance. It might just be inner guidance, like working with their actual spiritual guides. But this person is really willing to do the work, okay? 2, remove any negative effects of being ruled by the ego. Okay, what else is coming out? Ooh, I like it. I like it. It's powerful. All right. Yes. Okay. Justice card here, you guys. This is justice. This is somebody who's really balancing things out in their life. We have a 7 of Cups here, Lord of illusionary success, and the 5 of Wands reversed, the Lord of strife. So this person, because they begin to see past the illusions in their life, it's like their path has gotten a lot easier. And then we want to go over here. This is somebody who has moved out of an energy where they were not willing to consider certain paths or certain ways of being because it didn't resonate with their perception of who they thought they were in the world. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. I got like one person in the room. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. What's really important with this King of Wands is that the way in which they're transmuting their thoughts is transmuting the energy that surrounds them. And the energy that surrounds us, how do I say it? It's like it becomes infused in the actions that we take, right? I was just talking to somebody earlier about how things get caught in our energy body, right? If we're not aware of it, things will get caught in our energy body. If you come into contact with some like negativity, we're not really ever going to get to a point where we do not see darkness in the world. But are you going to entertain darkness? Are you going to give it space and give it credit and give it validity, right? So let's say somebody projects something onto you, says that you're a bad person, and you entertain that notion, you've chosen to carry it within your energy body, right? So this person's doing a lot of cleansing from their energy body. This could be the collective. Resolving conflict. It's definitely about two people. You guys, I don't know who or what this reading's for, but it has been in me and wanting to get out. Okay? This is somebody who's trying to build a better way of moving forward. They didn't see those paths before. They weren't open to adopting different ways of moving forward because something in their ego, something in their energy body. And the reason why ego becomes a negative thing is when, to me, the best definition of the ego is the story that we tell ourselves about who we are, right? That's not a negative thing unless we are unwilling to consider any other experiential evidence about who we really are. Right? Right? So a lot of our ego that we're carrying around is society's projection upon us of who it is we're supposed to be. Okay? This is somebody who has been in a very dark place for a very long time. And what they want, there's such a contrast between these two energies, and I do feel like we have a King of Wands and a High Priestess. But do you see how he's coming out of darkness? Do you see this? This is somebody coming out of that dark cave to meet somebody who's always been in the light, at least as long as they've known them. And what they want, you guys, this is really beautiful because what has happened, let's say we got person one sitting in the darkness, believing a lot of really negative things about themselves because that's what society told them, okay? And then they meet somebody who's living in their own light, and that person living in their light has illuminated something to the person that's been in the dark this whole time. This lion with these wings, that is another illuminated ego. That's an integrated ego. Somebody who's like, I understand that there's this part of me that has a story of who I am in the world, and then there's this other part of me that can experience the world in a very, very different way. And trying to live in the truth of that light. Okay? There's Cancer North Node here that they wanted me to look at. Cancer might be very significant. There's also, because this is a lion, it could be a Leo North Node. It could be a Sagittarius or an Aries North Node, okay? Because that's a King of Wands. It's all fire. It is all fire. And actually, the King of Wands is Earth of Fire. And so that's just the energy that's coming through. Those are the symbols on the card that want to talk to me, okay? But this Five of Wands has these two lion heads on it, okay? This lion and this lion were previously in conflict with another. And sometimes that happens. You guys know that happens. When you start walking in your light and walking in your truth and just shining as bright as you want to let yourself be, it will make people uncomfortable. But that's a good thing. Because we don't get uncomfortable, we don't feel moved to change. Okay? So this is a story of some strife, okay? There's so many images here that want to be unpacked. The strife is clearing, okay? Because the awakening, the triggering of the healing that the High Priestess was meant to bring into this King of Wands life has taken place. Okay. And so what used to be blockage before is now, like, this is reversed. The resistance falls away. All right. But these little alligators, they are showing me the image. Like, if you guys ever look at the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, and it's this whole story, you got to go stand before Horus. maybe. And what happens after somebody dies, okay? I'm gonna pause real quick, okay? And just use my human awareness to come in. I'm channeling so strong right now, you guys. I know usually I come in here and I have a well-formed intro and all that good stuff. Right now, I can't even help it, and I'm not even apologizing. The message is coming out. If I look like a crazy person, understand, this message has wanted to be channeled through my body for a couple of days now, all right? So all the rocking and everything, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now, okay? I'm giving this message a space to come through my body, all right? So, in that scene, there's like, it's Horus. I think it's Horus. Maybe it's Osiris. It's Anubis. Okay, so let's say that you're an ancient Egyptian and you die. And you go through this process where you have to do like all the negative confessions. You have to weigh your heart against a feather. All this stuff happens. And if you don't get to move on to like the good place, what happens is this alligator eats you up. It's like a little alligator. It's like a little alligator with like a dog's body. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys, this picture, I cannot even think of the name of that Egyptian god. If you know it, drop it in the comments pretty please, okay? But if you look up what happens in the hieroglyphics after you die, there's this. Somebody realized that they did not check their ego. Their connection was gonna die. Somebody realized that if they did not check their ego, and when I say check your ego, like, didn't I just come on here earlier saying that we're not here to suppress it or anything? I mean, if we don't learn to observe it for what it is, accept it, love ourselves through it, integrate it into us. We're human beings with human needs. As spiritual as we get, there's just certain things that bind us to this body at this time, okay? And the ego does not belong to the soul. The ego belongs to the body, okay? It belongs to the human experience. This person realized that they could continue to live in this cave, but that they were going to be heading to live with the alligator later on. You know what I mean? Because the alligator like eats up the souls that fail the test. Okay, I'm talking about the test where you weigh your heart against a feather. All right, there's a crash course in Egyptian mythology. Thank you. All right, so this is really, really beautiful. This is this person's motivation. This person who's been living in the darkness saw what it was like that somebody is living in their own light. So, side note, if you're out there living in your own light, it's affecting people, and you should know that, okay? It's affecting people in a really good way. Thank you. But this person saw what it was like to live in their light and said, I want to be like that. They saw the light in the other person, and that made them see the light in themselves. So this is really, really beautiful. If you guys just joined, feel free to say hi. This is all really impromptu. I needed to get this message out. I've been like, in a funk. You guys know this. Reparenting yourself. That's what this person is going through. That's what it takes to be able to integrate the ego, okay? And you see how there's this glow around this person? Remember at the beginning I said they're illuminated. That's what this is right now. It's like this person allowed themselves to see and hear their inner child. And that's another way that our ego operates against us. Right? Oh, I'm a grown-up. I don't have the same problems I did as an inner child. Well, you're still acting them out. Right? I saw this, thank you to my friend, you know who you are, who shared that video with me earlier today, where it's talking about when I see somebody who has an adult with no boundaries, what I really see is a grown-ass child operating from a space where they were not allowed to have boundaries, right? A lot of the like dysfunction that we see coming out of people is because of the way that they were parented, you know? And it's really hard to hold these two ideas. But I love my parents. They did a good job. Like, I'm not like living out on the streets. I'm not a criminal. My parents did a good job. But also maybe they kind of messed me up a little bit. And that's all right because you guys, it's just patterns that are handed down generationally when we're not conscious and we're not aware of it. So whatever's going on in this person's life, what changed the whole game was meeting this high priestess, meeting this person who lives in their life. She's standing on all these, I'm seeing them as books right now, okay? And she's holding a book. And the message that Spirit is saying is that this is a person who said, you know what? I'm going to write my own story about who I am in this world. I don't have to take everybody else's word for it. And in fact, she's got this book in her hand, right? She's still writing her own story. This King of Wands is on a mission, all right? We got the Starseed Oracle deck. By the way, I have thus far used the Hermetic Tarot and the True Love reading cards. I love this card. Whale and Orca Elders, okay? So let's go back to where I said this person is working with somebody. He's got some sort of guidance. And when I say he, I'm only talking about the gender of the person in the card, the King of Wands. And I said this could very well be spiritual guidance. So we got Whale and Orca Elders here. Now, question, who the heck are the Whale and Orca Elders? To me, they are fifth density beings. Okay, that live on this planet. They house fifth density energy on this planet just so that we can witness and observe it and see what that's like. Dolphins are fourth. Okay, dolphins are fourth density. And that's all based on the works of Lisa Royal Holt, that when I read them, I just super duper resonate with that, okay? Oh my God, you guys. And why do I want to get up and walk around? This energy is so big. It makes me want to walk around. Whales are so big, okay? And let's get really weird here, you guys. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, look, they found a skeleton of a giant, like, somewhere in Europe, you know, somewhere on the earth, okay? I have past life memories of being a giant on this planet, and that's a fifth density energy. Fifth density energy is a collective consciousness, and it doesn't fit into a little body like we've got, okay? I think these two people came from the same collective consciousness. They belonged to the same collective unit, because when we evolve from the third into the fourth density, what happens is our consciousness shifts from being very, very self-centered to this understanding that, like, my actions affect the group, right? And then when you move into the fifth, you're acting as the group, okay? This is definitely, this High Priestess may have triggered past life memories, or at least some sort of higher consciousness within this King of Wands. Okay? And share your song. This person, this King of Wands, wants to speak their truth. And I feel like this is a truth that's never been spoken before. And they know it's going to be deep. But they also know that speaking that truth is a big part of how they reparent themselves, how they learn to heal themselves. Nobody will heal you like you can heal yourselves, babies. I promise you that. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see what else. Loosen your grip. Yes, 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 yes. Wasn't I just talking about densities? Whoo. Density. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. I feel like This is not what it looks like. Okay, so it looks like we have two people free falling through this portal, but nah, this portal is a tunnel. It's like, this tunnel is a portal is what I'm meaning to say. Okay, guys, don't ask me. I'm just the messenger. There are two people who came to this planet from a different density dimension, however you want to describe that, okay? One of them has been aware of their multidimensionality for some time. The fact that we're not just here living this life, we've got past lives, parallel lives, future lives, like we are everywhere all the time, okay? And they're pretty comfortable with that. But there's another person that was not awakened to this. They couldn't see this. They couldn't see this all. They were trying so hard to get their life to fit the way that they felt that it was supposed to be. And now this person is like, what if my life is exactly the way it's supposed to be? And by observing that, I can understand it. Okay? So the King of Wands is evolving from somebody who has a really tight grip on how other people see them and is learning to let go of that. Is learning to let go of that. This person is learning to have faith, that they don't have to figure everything out. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. It's a message, just like women typically are taught by society that it's our job to care for everybody else, right? Like their emotions, and like if somebody's in a bad, somebody's having a hard time, we will so quickly drop everything to go make sure that they're okay, regardless of whether or not we're okay, right? That's just social programming that everybody's got a feminine, right? That the feminine needs to unprogram for themselves, right? A lot of what the males are having to reprogram is this idea of being in control, of constantly having dominance over things in their life. And that's the reprogramming that this person is going through. It feels good. It feels good. Child of the cosmos. Look, I messed up my hair with that. Child of the cosmos. Do you see that heart chakra? Do you know how we go from the third to the fourth density? As third density beings, we are centered in our solar plexus. Which is, hi Ariel, how are you? I just really needed to connect with people and get a message out of my body. So here I am. I'm glad you're here. So at the third density, we are solar plexus centered being. That's where our core is, right? Oh, yay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I wasn't sure it was going to work out because I'm out in the jungle. I do not have a great Wi-Fi connection here, but I'm really glad that you're here. Okay. And do you see how right where the solar plexus would be, there is a smaller star. This is somebody who is in the transition from third to fourth density, which, by the way, fourth density is an energy that's available to a lot of us. It's just jungle life, it's what we got to deal with. It's almost like, let's say, Google. Oh, wow. Yeah, we all got solar plexus problems. I feel you. Yeah, but I really, really feel that, okay, fourth density, the way that I describe it is like, imagine if Google Fiber comes in and like updates all the internet in your neighborhood. You have this better internet that's available, but until you get like the modem and the connection, you're not really like getting that new service, right? It's like that. It's a frequency, it's a vibratory energy that is available to a lot of us. And what I've read on the topic makes me feel that we may not be fully aware of it when we shift from third into fourth density. But the way that it happens is we shift from being solar plexus, identity, ego-centered beings. We integrate that ego and we realize that the impact that we have on other people. right? And when we become conscious of that and aware of that, we become heart-centered beings. So that's what this King of Wands observed. Somebody being this child of the cosmos, and it triggered in them an awareness, shifted up to the heart and connect with the higher chakras. And here's the crazy thing, is that people can unlock their higher chakras without ever using their hearts. That's how we get dark magicians in the world, right? So if you're even concerned with the opening of heart, don't worry, you're one of us. You're in the light, right? But it is just, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Fifth density, which I talked about a little bit, guess where that is? Right here in our throat chakra, okay? So there's more of that than I can get into right now. But that's what happened here. I really feel that there is somebody who acts primarily from their feminine energy, who we are going to be calling a high priestess here. This is somebody who is living in their own light. It has not been easy for them. But then this King of Wands encounters this person, and it triggers in them the memories that they are, in fact, also a child of the cosmos. Okay? I love that. Do you guys want to hold on for just 1 second while I get some more ducks that are talking to me? I'll be right back. Don't judge my mess if there's any. I also just was witnessing a really, really, really important live over on TikTok about the message is about people who have passed on, but it needs to be true about people who are, oh my gosh, congrats, got number 4 on the way. No, I understand how that is. I just live in a little tiny apartment. Yeah, you guys can't even see the chair where my pile of stuff is. Hi Pink Panty, I'm so glad that you are here. But this live that I was watching around TikTok had this really beautiful message about how like let's say in this example, this person had a father figure who was very, very abusive. That father figure is no longer on the earth plane. They have passed on, right? That whenever this person, it's as much as it's important for them to tell their story and what they've been through, every time this person portrays their father figure as that abusive person, it almost like binds their soul to that past, right? And we do that with people that are living as well. I do it too. I try to evolve past it. There's a person in my family that I've been estranged from for some time. And the way that I've come to accept that is I just need to love that person from a distance, right? But if I keep telling this story of how terrible they were to me in the past, that doesn't open up my belief system to allow them to change, right? Not that they're ever going to get back into my life, but it is about divorcing ourselves from the vision of the past, because people continue to grow spiritually. I don't even know where we got into that from, but that was what was coming out, okay? This is somebody who is writing, they're trying to write a new story for themselves now. And if this is somebody that is in your life, if you're like thinking of somebody, it's probably who it is. Their higher self, their spirit team, your spirit team is coming through to ask if you can divorce yourself from the story that you've always told about this person. Because that's what this person has gone through, right? The ego is the story that we tell about ourselves. And so this person's trying to write a new story, and I feel like whoever this high priestess is being asked to allow that new story to be told. Okay, we got 3. Compassion, always important, always, always. Because the compassion here is the fact that the high priestess, once upon a time, was also living in that cave, in that place of darkness, right? If I judged my past self on like the same way that I've judged other people in the past and held my past self to that old narrative of who I was, like I couldn't be where I'm at today. So we have confidence, boundaries, and protection. Okay? Yes. Yes. Okay. So the message here is to the high priestess, right? Because this high priestess, the only way you learn to live in this light and that you can do that comfortably on a daily basis is you have to put up structures, like energetic structures of protection to keep you from the negative narratives that are always coming in from the outside world. And I think that what Spirit is saying, what Whale and Orca elders are coming through for some of you guys, this is literally the group consciousness that you came from, is your spirit guides, okay? What your spirit guides are asking you to do is have confidence in the boundaries that you've already created for yourself. Okay? So if there's somebody coming towards you and you're like, I remember who that person used to be. I remember the way that person did me in the past. I've got my story that I'm telling myself about who that person is. And then they're coming directly towards you. Spirit is like, just trust that if that person was on their way to harm you, you wouldn't even see them coming. You literally wouldn't even see them coming, because living in your light is the greatest energetic protection that any of us can have. I got this infinity. Okay. Oh, shit. So I just posted a video on TikTok last week because I started talking about light portals, and I started talking about this image that I had gotten from my guides and this whole like conversation that I had with my guides about how to flip a portal. Okay. And meaning that you've got a portal, energy's going in one direction, and basically what they show me is you just like, it turns into an infinity symbol, and then like, I can't do it with my hands, flips the other way. So this is somebody who is learning how to channel energy very, very differently through their root chakra. Okay. Ooh, okay. So somebody who lived in fear a lot, somebody who is living in scarcity mindset a lot, and this fire down here it's like burning that away. It's burning that away, and what is emerging is just somebody who is so much more grounded in who they are as a human being. Okay? Sacred Traveler wants to come out. That was the spellcasting oracle deck. Oh, yeah. Because that's the main thing that they wanted me to understand, okay? Was when they came through with this message about when a portal reverses its direction, our chakras are portals. That is an exceptionally unstable energy. And what can happen when we get in that unstable energy is this like, oh, no, I need to run back to safety. And Spirit is saying, no, keep your eye on the direction that you're going. Keep your eye in the direction that you want that portal to be facing. Okay? So if this is applying to your person, this could be somebody who is suddenly realizing their own ability to provide for themselves. Like they don't need to rely on institutions and external structures so much as just even following their guidance and their intuition. They can provide for themselves. They can provide safety and security for themselves. The root chakra, they also really want me to talk about the fact that we talk about our basic needs being met. He's got it in heart chakra. Yeah. So we talk about our basic needs being met, like that's what the root chakra has to deal with. We don't realize that as human beings, having a community that we can exist within, or being in a space where we are welcome, is definitely a root chakra energy. And what I mean by that is, let's say if you live in a house where you're treated like you're unwanted, that's going to manifest in the root chakra energy, right? Or let's say you'd been given subconscious programming earlier in your life that told you that you were unwanted. This is reversing that programming and understanding that, like anybody who gets access to you, that is a gift. That is a really, really beautiful gift. Okay? Speaking of chakras, I do want to plug my free seminar that I'm doing on Monday night, 7 p.m. I'm in Cancun time zone. I'm not in Cancun, that's too much. And we do not observe daylight savings. So basically right now, my 7 p.m. is the same as Central in the United States, even Central here in Mexico. But so that would be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's free, you guys, just because I want to get some practice doing these seminars. And if you guys want to sign up for it, you can do it at www.soulschoolspiritual.com. Okay. I feel like oh my gosh, it confused the heck out of me here. 2 p.m. your time, yeah. So if you're available, I would love to see you guys there. I would love to see anybody there. Yeah. I've been dealing with it. We're just going to go ahead and the message that need to come through has come through. Okay? Did I get a sacred? I didn't get a sacred traveler. Opening up to your spiritual source. Okay? So yeah, if you got somebody who's going through an awakening in your life, understand that living in your light has probably triggered that. Yeah. But no, I'm going to go ahead and that's the message. But thank you guys so much for being here. I got to tell you, I've been struggling with this thing lately that I'm happier than I've really ever been in my life. But I'm lonely. Like, it's like I miss that before my awakening when I just felt like I was a normal human being and I could relate to other normal human beings. You know what I mean? I've been missing that a lot. And so I want to let you guys know that even though I've been really inconsistent on this channel, part of that has just been me working through my own ego shit, me trying to get my lion reined in. But also that I very, very, very much appreciate that this is a community that I can come on and talk my crazy stuff about my past life as a giant and portals and stuff like that. And like, you guys keep coming back. And so I love you. And I want to thank you guys for that. Okay. Do we have any other questions, comments, concerns before I close out the live? I am going to go ahead and just turn right around and upload it to you guys. You are a gift, Pink Peony Oracle. We've all been in a deep introspective phase. So much. Yes. I'm vibing with you guys. Absolutely. You guys have been consistent. I remember like back in, it was like last summer that I was hitting it real consistently, doing lives every weekend. And then I felt myself falling away from that. And I know that it wasn't, like, you know what I mean? It just was, how do I say this? I let myself get disconnected from my own inner guidance. And so I'm just trying to get that back. You know what I mean? I feel like it's back. And I would love to be able to start creating these lives on a pretty regular basis. The best thing for me to do probably is to actually go rent a space at the co-working place in town. It was this energy, and this week, like I don't usually respond to solar flares and Schumann resonance and all that stuff, but this week I've physically been feeling it. Yeah. So, if I can see you guys on Monday, that would be amazing. 7 p.m. Central Daylight. It's like CDT. CST and CDT are different. I don't know what to say. All right. That's what I learned. I learned new things about time zone. The CDT refers to when daylight savings is in effect, whereas CST is just like Central Standard Time when there's no daylight savings. So anyways, it's all fake. It's all made up. Time is relative. It's fluid. We're just floating around on a rock in space in South Africa, right? So I just love that you guys have, like, we have found each other across like so many miles. I'm going to tell you how close I am, you guys. About 5 minutes from the archaeological zone, the Mayan ruins at Tulum. Every time I'm in a bad mood, I drive past that space and I just get really, really lifted. It's a very, very, very powerful vortex. The message that I'm getting from Spirit is that it actually is helping me to bring in energies from further away and to help to kind of broadcast my energy further away. The only catch is that that vortex also attracts a lot of other energies that I really try to avoid. I am so blessed to be here, and you guys are all welcome to come visit me sometime. I'm learning how to enjoy the area without going for the tourist traps, because it's really become a very, very touristy, trappy area. So for instance, there's the Tulum ruins, which I believe admission to that's probably going to be around 500, 600 pesos. But I also found one down the street that's like a much smaller ruin, and just, it's so quiet. There's not a bunch of people there. I can literally meditate in this space, right? And the same with, there's a giant water park, but like right across the street, there's another place that I can go snorkeling in and just kind of be away from all of the crowds. So, all right, these disappeared. Your last, okay, here we go. A vacation cabin. Heck yeah, a waterfall and a cacao farm. That does sound amazing. Yeah. You guys, I really am aware of the fact that what I would love more than anything else is to be able to just build a community where we can just be off grid. Like, absolutely, that's what I want. Is your off grid cabin in Hawaii? But Hawaii, the indigenous people in Hawaii do not want any more white people there, and I respect that right now, because I see what they're doing down here, and I'm not proud of it. There is a huge issue. South Africa's also, oh my God, right on the ocean side, you guys, stop it. I'll be there, like, what are you doing Saturday? I'm just kidding, today's Saturday. Yeah, there is a huge thing going on right now. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Not that, like, it benefits me, but it does. It benefits the whole world when we become more aware of the influence that we're having on other people, moving from being solar plexus to heart-centered people. Oh my God, you guys. Full circle. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for not abandoning me, even when it probably felt that I abandoned you. So, all right. Into Adam's calendar soon. Yes. And that's just it. Is there are so many foreign owned spaces here that I could patronize in Mexico, but my goal, like, I don't want that. I want to support the people who've been here for all this time. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's this whole like retreat business thing that's going on right now, that people organize these retreats all over the world. So who knows what is in the future for us, okay? Because I would love to get a piece of land and just have all my people come and join me here. Adam's calendar and Michael Tellinger. Okay, thank you so much. I'm so excited to have something new to look up. If you guys are watching this like later on, sorry for my scatteredness. It's just the way it goes. And Pink Peony and Ariel I was singing Little Mermaid in the shower earlier today, so I'm glad you showed up. I love you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.